In this video, I go over what hanging is great for and why, when it's a bad idea, whether you should do active or passive hanging, and how to do it safely and properly. Hanging can be great for a lot of shoulder problems, if you do it properly. The key to healthy shoulders is upward rotation of the shoulder blade when you lift your arm. The more your shoulder blade turns up as you lift your arm, the more overhead space in your shoulder socket and the less impingement, bursitis and tendinitis. If you hang and let your shoulders relax, you stretch a lot of structures that restrict that upward shoulder blade rotation. Hanging also stretches the shoulder capsule and the rotator cuff muscles that attach to the capsule, which can be contracted in many people, restricting motion and pushing the shoulder forward within the socket. Dr. John Kirsch, the godfather of hanging, even thinks that hanging can remodel and increase the space within the shoulder socket. Hanging relaxed, or passive hanging, or dead hanging as it's sometimes called, also tractions and separates the spinal joints, opening up space for the spinal nerves. This can improve the health of the lower back and part of the mid-back, but the traction effect really only occurs in the lower half of the body. If you have a very specific area of spinal joint restriction though, traction has no way to localize mobility to that area. Your spinal joints will simply open and separate in another part of the spine. So traction can only do so much for spinal health. Does hanging improve posture? Well, if you've got a rounded mid-back, the weight of gravity will naturally straighten it. And hanging stretches the lats and pecs that, when tight, pull our shoulders forward, so it can help with rounded shoulders. But it's not very helpful for forward head posture because the traction effect only occurs in the lower half of the body. Overall, there's better exercises to fix forward head posture and a rounded mid-back, so I'll leave some links to videos about those. The biggest mistake people make when they start hanging is trying to do too much the first day. You can really hurt yourself. Don't start trying to hang for as long as you can that first day, especially if you've got shoulder issues, you're older or unfit. Before hanging, always start off doing a quick warm-up for about 30 seconds to increase blood flow in the shoulder muscles. Then on your first day, begin by just doing a short partial hang with your feet taking some of the weight. Put your hands on the bar, palms facing forward, shoulder width apart. Then support some of your weight with your legs using a stable chair or using a low bar and ease your weight down slowly. Make sure that you keep your shoulders relaxed and neck straight, not forward. Now, depending on what you feel, here's what to do. First up, if you feel pain anywhere, stop. If there's pain on the top of your shoulder, you're compressing inflamed structures in the shoulder. If you feel a sharp, painful stretch in the soft tissue between your shoulder and your shoulder blade at the side, you may have a tear in one of your rotator cuff muscles. In both of these cases, you should see a professional instead. If your lower back hurts, try hanging with your feet in front of your body to reduce the arch of your lower back. This is a little harder, so you can support your legs slightly if you like. A strong stretching sensation in the outer shoulder is pretty common with dead hangs, and if you overstretch contracted muscles, you can strain or damage them. So if you feel a really noticeable stretch, support your weight with your legs and just hang enough of your weight onto your arms to feel a mild stretch. Do this for about 10 seconds, 2 or 3 times the first day, and then see how you pull up the next day. Putting your arms further apart can reduce this stretch in the shoulder capsule and the rotator cuff muscles, so if in doubt, start with a wide grip. Even if everything feels fine that first day, err on the side of caution. Maybe just do 3 hangs of about 10 seconds with or without support, depending on your fitness level, and then you can start to increase that the following days. Over time, start to reduce the support with your legs and increase the time of the holds, from 30 seconds total, slowly up to 1 minute total, in 15 to 30 second blocks. So why not do more than a minute or so? Well, research indicates that the peak benefit of stretching is gained at about 1 minute a day for muscle groups, and hanging is primarily a stretch. As you do more, the benefits start to decrease and the risk of strain or inflammation starts to increase. Now, if your muscles start to get a little bit sore, just switch to doing it every second day. And here's a tip. Putting chalk on your hands or wearing gloves for grip can help if you find the bar a bit slippery and hard to hold onto. An active hang, where you pull your shoulder blades down as you hang, has some nice advantages too. This strengthens the lower traps and the serratus anterior muscles that pull our shoulder blades down. So working these muscles inhibits the muscles that pull our shoulder blades up, and this can help to relax your upper traps. The lower traps and serratus anterior also straighten up the shoulder blades, increasing the healthy space within the shoulders and improving shoulder posture. Now, an active hang is actually harder to do than a passive hang, but some people find that an active hang is actually more comfortable than a passive hang for their shoulders. If you find that, but you find an active hang a bit hard to do, just do it with some of your weight supported by your legs. So overall, adding a few seconds of active hanging with a bit of leg support to begin with, and then gradually increasing this to a few 5 to 10 second holds a day can be really good for you too. Research even shows that contracting muscles immediately before stretching them increases the effectiveness of the stretch. So adding some active hanging to your passive hanging and using a combination of the two can work nicely. Ideally, the end goal would be to do 1 minute total of dead hanging in 20 or 30 second blocks, plus an additional 30 seconds of active hanging in 5 or 10 second blocks, 4 or 5 days a week. Just remember though that stretching before exercise reduces the performance of muscles in the short term. So don't do your hanging before a workout. Anyway, there you go. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing because it always really helps. And let me know how you go in the comment section below because I really like to read that stuff. It's great feedback. Okay? Cheers.